Hey guys, welcome back to LOI Fan TV. We're joined again by Ross, and as per the comments last week, Ross, they want to know which room are you in this week. You were in the toilet last week.
Yeah, best Wi-Fi. No, back in the in a normal room this week. Thank God. Um, Wi-Fi holding up okay for a minute, I think. So, fingers crossed we'll get through it all right.
We're doing well. We're doing well. Yeah, guys, look, if you're new to the channel, please subscribe, and guys, you're regular, please like. We'll try to get to 50 likes this week. So yeah, please leave a like if you enjoy the content. So yeah, we'll take it from the top. I was thinking we probably will go back to front this week because the nothing game is really on the Saturday, and you want to finish on the big game. So yeah, nothing game
Mm.
number one: Sligo Rovers versus Derry. Ross, will you be watching this?
Controversial. I'll probably it'd be 2:45 in the morning on a Saturday, Sunday morning for me actually. So I'll probably pass to be honest. I'll catch the highlights.
Ninth versus
Um,
10th.
is it? Yeah, yeah.
Yeah,
It's not the most inspiring fixture. No. Derry, where are Derry ninth?
Derry are at bottom.
Are they? Yeah.
Yeah, Derry are bottom. Sligo are
Jesus.
ninth. Yeah.
Obviously, it is very, very tight, to be fair, isn't it? Like, there's not much between top and bottom, I don't think. It could all change within a few weeks, and I think everyone in the league is well capable of beating each other. Like, so
Yeah.
it's gonna be a tight all season. But yeah, that's mad that there, the kind of preseason talk and all the money spent, and you felt like even though we didn't think this was the exploring thing in the world, you think they're gonna have a point to prove, and they're off to a good start nearly as well. No, it could take time, but yeah, concerning time for them. Obviously, 1-1 draw last week with Galway at home. In isolation, maybe not the worst result in the world, but they need to start picking up wins, don't they? Really?
Yeah, like as you said, kind of, they probably would have, based off their recent form, they would have taken a draw. But at the same time, like you need to start getting wins on the board. And yeah, it's a funny one with Derry. Like obviously they lost to Pats, lost to Waterford at home, beat Bows at home, but then
Yeah,
yeah, lost to Shells. Like they're just like the game, as you know, in this league, the games don't get any easier. Like so, you just kind of
no,
wonder where do they start winning games. And obviously, this is probably a good opportunity. But then again, away to Sligo, you never know what version. As Rowers found out last Monday, like you never know what version of Sligo will turn up. So yeah, to be honest, I kind of do fancy Sligo here. I think Derry are very, they're going through the motions. They're lots of players,
yeah,
big money. They're kind of here for the ride sort of thing.
yeah. Sligo seem to have been kind of improving week on week. Obviously, started off quite badly with the kind of Drogheda result towards the start, but then went to Pats and gave them a really good game. It was a 4-3, and then they beat yourselves and they
Yeah,
drew with Cork last week, I think, wasn't it?
yeah, yeah,
Which isn't too
yeah.
bad. Like so,
Yeah, 4 points in two games and win against us at home and then the away draw to Cork, you'd probably take that. So yeah,
yeah,
no, I think Sligo are looking a bit up. Yeah, I suppose as far as this game goes, like Sligo at home, the pressure. I think Sligo are kind of on an upward trajectory, whereas Derry probably feel the pressure a bit more. So
yeah,
yeah, so I'm probably gonna lean towards a Sligo win here. I think I might go 2-1 Sligo. What are you thinking?
yeah. It's one of those games, isn't it, that could really go either way.
Yeah,
I might go for a score draw, maybe a 2-2. Good two goals, but yeah, I think a draw. Maybe Derry might just have enough bit of quality. Obviously, Duffy still in
yeah,
the squad. Obviously, is still a threat and might be able to get at them a little bit and might be a bit of space for him to kind of expose. Obviously, Russell plays a kind of expansive enough game, so there might be a bit of space for Derry to kind of expose him behind here and stuff. So I think it could be goals. 2-2. I think.
cool. 2-2 sounds good. Yeah, so kind of rounding back to the Friday games. Next up, we've Galway United versus Waterford. Yeah, like Waterford second, Galway fourth. You probably wouldn't have predicted that at the start of the season, but like it looks like they're just they're taking up from how they got on last season, and yeah, two solid sides.
Yeah, no kind of hint of a second season syndrome from either of them. Really, I thought might be a touch of it, and still could be. Like it's still very very early days, but both sides of the season very very well. Obviously, Waterford had a bit of a stinker last week, but when Bows came to town, obviously that's a very disappointing result for them. A game you kind of want to be winning. If you want to be kind of challenging in that top half this season, you'd be beating an out of sorts Bows team at home. So yeah, it's a tough one. This is in Galway, isn't it? You said.
Yeah, yeah, Eamon DC Park. Yeah,
Yeah, Galway've just drawn a lot of games this season. I think they've only won one, and they've drawn the rest, I think. So it's just something that they need to kind of get over the line in. And obviously, a lot of those games have been tough. Obviously, I think Shells and Pats in there, those like decent points at the end of the day as well. But just I think they'll have enough to get over the line against Waterford. Be tight, but maybe 2-1 Galway. Just have enough to sneak past them. But yeah, it's a tough one to call. To be fair, as most games are these days.
Yeah, it's a tough one to call. I have a feeling Waterford are gonna be really hurting after that result against Bows.
Maybe
I couldn't believe it. Like it was 3.5 time. As a Colin Whelan like had a
Patrick.
unreal performance. Yeah,
Yeah,
unbelievable. Obviously two spot kicks, so maybe they might feel a bit hard done by Waterford. But yeah, I think they'd be hurting. And like Galway are kind of in a good run of form. Draw away to Derry and draw home to Shells. I think there's probably a bit more oomph from the Waterford perspective. So, yeah, I could see this one being a scored draw. Sorry, a scored
yeah,
draw. Like I could see they have a stalemate up here. I wouldn't be surprised if I saw 0-0. So yeah, gonna go for 0-0.
yeah. Could well be on the cards. Maybe both teams wouldn't be like massively disappointed with that either. Like because it's be kind of it's a tough game for both sides. Really, it's like
Yeah, yeah, 100%. So yeah, no. Next up we have Shelburne, who haven't won a game in 3 games against Cork. So yeah, Ross, talk me through that one. 103% possession, no goals.
103% possession. Is that what it is,
That's
isn't
what
it?
go. They took the Warren Davis touched the ball once and they scored. And Hughes had the ball
It's
for the rest of the
crazy,
game. I don't know how
crazy.
that result happened. Crazy.
Yeah, it's crazy. It's crazy, and it's just one of those things like um it's going to happen throughout the season. And in fairness, Drogheda, that's twice in the spin that they did it. Like, and probably touching them when we get to them. But obviously they beat Bows the same week, I think, wasn't it? One
Yeah,
nil. So
yeah,
great week for them, but for Shells, it's a disappointing one. Obviously, before that, I think it was Rovers at home and Galway away, but drew both games. And you're kind of looking at it like if we can beat Drogheda at home, it's looking a lot more positive. You take the draws, whereas if you lose it, you're kind of you're starting to, yeah, as you say, 3 games out of win. You're kind of a bit skeptical, and I mean, it's something we touched on before the season started, Luke, in terms of right back up for Sean Gannon, Evan Caffrey in there covering from a right full, and he made a mistake that led to the goal. So it just shows you not having the kind of glaring omission in our team in terms of having a bit of cover, having a bit of depth. Probably the one position that we didn't get it because obviously we got Norris in there, so you can
yeah,
move Ledwidge inside and stuff. You know, it was the one position we didn't really have that backup player, and kind of a glaring one because Gannon will have bits and pieces throughout the season. He's not getting any younger. Obviously, when he's available, he'll start every game. He's still on his day the best right full back in the league, but he's going to miss games. Like he's 34, 35, isn't he? So he's going to miss a few games. Need to get somebody in, and just playing whether we Lewis Temple at right full or Caffrey at right full, or it's just not really good enough if you want to be competing for league titles. You need to be kind of perfect. There's such a small margin of error in the league and then in Europe and wherever you want to say at the cups and everything. So disappointed. Maybe something they'll address in the summer potentially, but yeah, it's like definitely a concern for the minute. And you saw Warren Davis. In fairness, is an unbelievable goal. Take nothing away from him, but what it was big come from Ben Evan Caffrey mistake playing out of position, whatever. Shell's kind of huffed and puffed. Then obviously could have nicked an equaliser or something, but it wasn't like we flat out deserved to win the game. Really, it was a bit Drogheda stifled you. And they do what they do. Disappointing.
yeah, yeah. I was shocked. I couldn't believe it. I thought like the game kind of panned out how I imagined it panned out. Shells having a lot of the ball, draw the kind
Yeah.
of compact. But I just thought Shelburne would have got a goal. And like I was even looking at the stats there. Like draw the like for the 21% possession that they had, they doubled the amount of shots on target than Shells had. Like,
Mm.
it's kind of crazy.
They're
Like
very efficient in possession. They're efficient. Like,
yeah, yeah, they have a way of playing, and yeah, they're playing it like that's 3 wins and 4 for Drogheda. So no, we'll touch off them later. But yeah, Cork on the other hand, a draw at home to Sligo. Yeah, kind of they're just kind of motoring along Cork, aren't they? Like they're
mm.
75 points at the 4 games, a game in hand. They probably would have taken that if you offered them at the start of the season, considering.
Yeah, yeah, I'd say so. Yeah, yeah. Did have a couple of concerning injury. I think Shawnee McGuire went off injured. I think last week, which is a big concern. And I think they would have had sending off last week, the week before as well at the back. So I think they could be missing a couple coming into this one, um, which would be a big blow. Maguire, obviously, Shawnee Maguire is a massive player for them. He's actually started the season looking quite decent as well. So, but obviously they still have good players. Rory Keaton, I think Elkin Call O'Sullivan is back soon. I don't think he'll be back for this game, but he's back soon enough. So, Alex Nolan scored a good goal for them recently as well. So, there's a few decent players. Cork, and they'll be relatively happy with their start.
Yeah, 100%. Yeah, as I always kind of say with Cork, like I'm looking, I don't think they've kept a clean sheet all season.
Mm.
That doesn't surprise me, and I can't imagine them coming to Talca Park and setting up like Drogheda did. So yeah, there's only one winner in this for me. I think Shells will probably they'll come out with a bang. Say it'd be like 3-1 Shells. I think there'll be goals in it. What do you think?
Yeah, I think it's a decent game for us to kind of have at this stage, just to kind of come
Yeah.
back from and get back to winning ways. I think it's probably the best case scenario, really. I think it's how Cork are, and then coming up to Dublin. I think we should be beaten if you don't win this week. It's very very concerning if you don't beat these here. So yeah, I think I think 2-0 potentially. I'd like to see us keep a clean sheet, maybe just for that bit of confidence, and to kind of get back to that kind of thing that we pride ourselves on, which is our defensive performances and defensive kind of solidity. So getting back to normality with that and scoring a couple of goals would be great. So yeah, I think 2-0 shots.
Yeah, no, I can see that too. Yeah, moving on to a Dublin derby, we have Bohemians playing against St. Pat's in Richmond Park. Yeah, I was at that game in Tala last Friday watching Pats, and I just like look, it's come true by the week. Your points, like they're just, I don't know what to make of Pats. Yeah, spot on, 100%
Yeah, yeah.
spot on. I don't know what to make of Pats. Like I was watching it and like they had their chances, but I just never felt like they were going to score. Like Mason Melia has a header 5 yards out, and I was chatting to some Pats fans after the game, and they were kind of saying like he kind of he's kind of been a bit stroppy lately, like he wasn't clapping the fans going down the tunnel. So that
Really, yeah.
kind of looks a little bit off, and like I'm just kind of wondering with him in particular, is his head already
This
in
is head in
London?
London.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So this is
mm,
this is the thing. Like the only real player I looked at in Pat's attack, I was like, he'll cause problems. Aidan Keena, but like it's
yeah.
players kind of like Chris Forrester and El Bazzetti, like just really below par. And Tom Kravosky, someone that they say is a really good defender. Like Danny Grant, like cruised by him, and Danny Grant gets pelters off us, and he made a show of Kravosky in that case.
That was shocking defense. Like
Yeah.
he ran with the ball.
And
He came from in his own half, did he, the whole way
in
through to the
in his
box?
own half, past Kravosky, and then it was another 20 yards he ran until he met the next man. Um,
Unforgivable.
yeah, it's just pretty poor. And yeah, Pat's like, geez, I was looking at the league table here. Like, where are they? Fifth, 7 points after 5 games. Like, it's it's not ideal. It's not ideal at
Uh,
all. What do you
I
think?
think they've been figured out a little bit, to be honest. Like just in terms of how electric they were last season. I just said that's not. It's like winning 9 games. It's not sustainable. It's well and good doing it when the pressure's completely off, and you're kind of you're hunting the pack, whatever, and you're playing free flow and stuff and all, and new manager bounce to the degree or whatever it is, and new players come in and stuff. But it's when the pressure's on and it's an even playing field and the pressure's on you to some degree, and you have to go and really earn these wins in this tough league that there's no prisoners. Like I think Duff said it last week, you can't come off like 5% in this league at all, or you're punished. And it seems like they've started the season kind of 5% off, maybe you could say. Eddie, as you said, I think I had him in my overrated team. I got a lot of stick for that, and it's looking through by the week, as you say. And Mulroney hasn't looked himself this season really either. I think he diving all over the place in
You
Tala
want
as
to
well.
get a pair of swimming togs on him and put him in the pool.
That was
Honestly,
disgraceful,
like he should
disgraceful.
have been sent off for that second one. There was it was a replica of the first one, and like it
Yeah,
was him and Dan Cleary are mates. So like I was like, are they having a bit of crack? Like I was like, he just doesn't look. I don't know what the story is. Like it's just
was he booked for one of them? Was he?
he was booked for the first one. To be fair, and if the
Was he? Yeah.
first one was probably less of a it was still a dive, but it was less obvious than the second one. The second one was just
It was the second one that went. I would have saw on Twitter. So I saw one on Twitter and it was real, like really bad.
yeah,
Like he.
that was the second one. The second one
That's just that he should have sent off for that. Like,
we were sitting in the south stand, and that was up at the very far end of the pitch, and we all saw the dive. Like it was that.
yeah,
So
it was
yeah,
that was disgraceful. Like, because like if you need to have consistency, did he get? Was there like a whistle gone for that and all? Was it
he just he played advantage, and he just
advantage?
get
Yeah,
up. He was like get
because
up
I saw Sean Boyd got booked for a dive there
against us.
against yourself, wasn't it? I think yeah. And it's just like they need to have that consistency. Like if you're going to be booking players for it, do it for every. You have to do it for them all. Like you can't be
100%.
picking and choosing. Like so, yeah, that was with Pats. Now it's just interesting. I think they're missing a few midfielders. To be fair,
Yeah,
I
they're
think
really missing Jamie Lennon. Like Barry Bagney
yeah,
there, and he just not as he's not as powerhouse as Jamie Lennon. He's kind of a ball playing six rather than a ball winning six. And I think
yeah, they
just
need
have
that
to.
ball winner.
Pats just have too many luxury players. They have too many players that look good on the ball and can spread a pass, but they don't have like as I said to you, but the girl like they just stand off and there's just a bit too much lackadaisicalness and Pats and yeah, there's not enough grit. Like I look at Shell's team and I see like Coyle, McElroy, Lunny, like you
Yeah,
can roll like, Paddy Barr, players that just get stuck in and Pats
even
don't have.
Caffrey and stuff. Like wouldn't
Yeah,
put a shift in for you. Like
yeah, you're like that's it. Like you have all the egos in the
even
world.
Boydie up front, Boydie will throw an elbow around. He'll get stuck in for you. Like and
But
Keane is another one. Keane is a very good player, but he isn't like a don't get stuck into centre half. It's not a massive battle really. Like he's more of a gets waits for his chance and he'll take it kind of thing.
Yeah, yeah, exactly. No, it's a weird one. Then like obviously Bows on the other hand, they're like, they were having a clanger. And then they go down to Waterford, hammer Waterford 3-0, probably
That's
win.
them all over, isn't it? That's
Yeah,
literally them all over. Like,
I actually don't even know what to predict this game because I'm like, Pats could come out here and win this game like 4-1 or something. Or on the
yeah,
other hand, Bows could turn up and, get something. So I just,
yeah.
what do you think? Like, I have
They're
no
the
idea.
hardest team to predict, and it was the same last season. That like
Yeah.
it's like all the fans are ready out, and then they just go and pull out a 3-0 win at Waterford against a team that's second in the league, or whatever. It's the most bold thing ever. I think it got back to normality this week. I think they'll lose relatively comfortably at Pats. To be honest, 3-1 St. Pat's.
Yeah,
Back
no,
to normality for Bows.
I think as I said, I think Pats, they love conceding a goal, and I think Bows will, they definitely will score. I don't think though Bows will get
I
to them.
like Whedon. I do like Whedon. To be
Yeah,
fair, I
Kylie's
think
a
he's
great
very
player.
up there. Yeah,
Obviously, Moose,
Mousset's finished.
boy, don't know where the hell he's
Yeah,
going. Like I've
yeah.
heard nothing about him since the Aviva. Like heard nothing.
Bar is night out at the weekend. See that tweet? Did you?
K67. Do you see the new Bowes jersey? K67.
Oh,
Oh,
that's fantastic. That
I
was
know.
fantastic.
Yeah, I'm probably gonna lean towards a 3-2 Pats win here. I think there'll be goals, but I just think Pats will have enough quality to see her through. But yeah, that
Yeah.
brings us on to our last game. Top of the league, Drogheda United. I would not have thought I'd say that start of the season. Play
Yeah.
host the Shamrock Rovers. Yeah, Drogheda have been deadly. Like they've been unbelievable.
Mm.
Like what did you
Yeah.
make of them last week?
Yeah. It like for all credit to them. Like it's the last thing you want to do is concede an early goal to Drogheda because this gives them something to hold on to, and it's the last thing you want. You need to give them any more encouragement. I think Keeley coming back in suits them. I think it's that kind of club and that style of play suits him down to the ground, kind of a lower block, heading, fucking kicking everything away. Like he's just perfect for it. And yeah, but Kev Doherty, I think I had him high up in my managers list last season. I rated him really, really highly. I think he sets his team up. He knows the team's limitations. He knows the way to get the best out of his players.
Hmm.
Obviously, he's added a bit of quality as well. And yeah, they're just doing really, really well at the moment. And they're missing a few players as well. They're missing DJT up front, Douglas James Taylor. He's out at the moment, so he's still to come back. I think they might have been missing another striker. I think a Lua might have been missing, or was it Thomas or something was missing last week as well. So they're doing well. The players to come back in. So yeah, the only thing I'll say about it is though, it's not sustainable. Like having 20% possession and nicking a game 1-0, it's not sustainable. Like it will eventually come to an end. You can't do that every week, and they will find. I mean, I think they'll have a great season. I think what seventh, sixth or whatever is probably a great season for them, sixth or seventh if they can do that and maybe have a touch of a run in Europe or something. Be fantastic. So, you can't forget that they're in Europe, maybe. Uh, but yeah, I think they'll kind of find their average and kind of plateau down and slowly drop down. But hopefully they can keep it going. But uh, tough test from in your boys.
Yeah, yeah, I'm kind of dreading this one to be honest, because like United Park's hardly, it's hardly the best pitch in the league, and it's a
There you
bit.
go.
Yeah, 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 heading up to it, yeah. So, yeah, looking forward to it. But I like it's never an easy game up there. And I think they're kind of, they really have the bit between their teeth right now. They're doing well. Um, yeah, like I'd love us to win the game going into the international break, but I just don't think. I just think Drogheda like up there it'll be tight like last time out like even reflecting on like Dylan it took a Dylan Watts cracker to kind of open them up, so like that's what it's like up there.
Yeah,
Yeah, Connor Keely deserves a shout out, like best centre half in the league of current form, doing
yeah,
unbelievable. Kind of outcast the past Pats last year, and yeah, looking really value for his money here, and he probably clubs over in England if he continues in this vein of form in the summer to having a look at him. But
yeah.
but yeah, from our perspective, yeah, no, great win against Pats. Much needed. I was very surprised. Rory Gaffney came on, looked really good. I was actually
Really? Yeah.
he looked very good. Like when he came on, even the Pats fans were saying it. He just kind of looked like back to his old self. He's had a few cameo
Big.
appearances. He's had a few cameo appearances and he looked a bit off, a rusty. But like when he came on, like he not in Rory Gaffney fashion, like everywhere, left to right, defending, attacking. Like he was just dictating the play. So it's like that's a huge plus for us. Like as I said, you can't rely on a 16-year-old Michael Noonan. So
No.
it's kind of good to have him and it's important. And yeah, the goal for Danny Grant will do him the world of good confidence wise. Like you could even see it as soon as he scored the goal. Like it was like a new player. Like he was taking players on. He was getting the head up and he was running at people. Like, yeah, just yeah, that'll do his confidence the world of good. And then yeah, we've a new Irish international potentially. Then the
Yeah.
it's in the crop. Josh Honahan.
Yeah,
Remember you laughed at me when I put him in your underrated 11. Remember you said, remember the ball sailed over his head.
you had the same underrated 11 at their halves as you had overrated 11. So
That's
like,
the truth.
I'm
But
not taking
Sean,
any.
listen, Sean Hoare, he's either an eight or a three, so you can take your pick with him. Did I see
uh,
you say on Twitter that Cameron Ledger should be getting a call for Ireland over Josh Honahan?
um, possibly, possibly, yeah, yeah.
Talk us through that one. Talk us through it.
May have had a couple of changs, but no, 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 I think no. In fairness, I think
Pure
Conahan's
bait.
definitely
That was
deserved.
pure bait.
I think Conahan is class to be fair, and I think it's well deserved.
Yeah.
And it's not even one of those ones where you look at it and it's like a token gesture nearly because you kind of felt like that with not top Byrne and Burke wasn't a gesture, but this one's
Yeah.
like this fella could nearly start for us like because our left back options are abysmal. Like it's like
Yeah.
O'Dowd, Brady stuff. Like he's actually probably the best option we have, I'd say.
Yeah, like even in Europe, like for the goal against Rapid Vienna away, he skint the fullback and whipped it in Johnny Kenny. Then like even like over in Stamford Bridge against Chelsea, like he actually dealt with Madueke relatively well. So like
It's crazy. Like
he's physically got the attributes. Like he's a big lad, he's quick, he can play anywhere along the back. He's a good fella to have, and he's one of these fellas. If you got to move in the summer to I don't know like a Bristol City, he'd be in all the squads and no one would blink an eyelid. So why not get
yeah,
him now? So
yeah,
yeah,
100%. I think he'll be in England before long. Like
yeah, and I
he's
think I think
tops.
that he'd be probably one of the first gone this summer if I was to guess. As far as
Yeah.
players across the water, and I think we'll get a good fee from him as well. So yeah, no, happy days. But
Uh, you'd be looking at what 500 or something maybe.
I think a bit more because like we sold like Naj Razi to Como for 600, and obviously I say the media transfer will probably inflate things a little for all of us. I'd be
Mm.
kind of hoping. I like in pounds wise, I'd hope for 700, 800,000. Like maybe if we could try shoot for that and then like, see what we can do. Like as I said, we sold people for 500, 600 before and we've been he's proven himself in Europe. So if a club really wants him, 700, 800,000
And
pounds.
so, and I suppose you're in a better negotiating position after the money coming in from Europe and stuff as
Yeah.
well. You don't necessarily need the cash or whatever. Like,
I'd love us to try get as close to the million mark as possible. Will we hit it? Probably not, but I'd love to see us get like 800,000 euro fee or something like that. Just
be
something,
great.
justifiable. So yeah,
Yeah.
um,
Hopefully that becomes the norm kind of moving forward
yeah,
for all the clubs. Like
defo, and I'll build a bit of respect for all of us. But
Ian Hart said though, he's let him go for free, sure, you know.
sure, let them all go for free. Let every single one of them go for free. 100%. Sure, if he says it, oh, what a donkey. But
Oh, clown.
clown, complete clown. But yeah, no, with this game at Drogheda, like I'm leaning towards a 1-1 draw. I think it'll just be a scrappy, if like it won't be enjoyable for the neutral.
No.
It'll just be a bit of a mouldy game to be honest. So yeah, I'm gonna go 1-1. What do you think?
I was thinking in my head, I was thinking 0-0, but I'll go slightly different and I'll go for use the Pip at 1-0. Um, just having that bit of quality. I feel like he's do have a decent record of like late winners as well down there, do you? As well, I feel like you've
Yeah,
had a couple
yeah.
of late winners and
Be
stuff. I think
fair.
it could be something similar enough. Kind of a second, it'd be tight, very tight game, and then the second half goal, a bit of magic, bit of Graham Burke or something. Make it 1-0.
Yeah, no, I wouldn't say no to that. Going to the international break. So yeah, guys, that's our Game Week 6 League of Ireland predictions. As I said, if you like the video, please leave a like and then subscribe if you're new. And yeah, catch you guys next time.
Take it easy, guys.